Assalamualaikum, welcome to Discover Exclusive, and this is your host Amber Qureshi. Pakistan has wonderful ties with its neighboring as well as regional countries, and now we are focused to improve these relationships. Pakistan and Indonesia have 72 years of socio-economic prosperity and relationships, and now we want these relationships to grow further, specifically in tourism. And I feel honored and proud to interview His Excellency Adam Tugio, Ambassador of Republic of Indonesia to Pakistan. So let's welcome him. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Amber.
Sir, firstly, let's talk about you. Tell me for how long you have been staying here in Pakistan?
Well, I've been here for 1.5 years
Right.
in Islamabad, and really, admires the beauties of Pakistan, the greens, green areas of Islamabad in particular, and also meetings with friendly peoples of Pakistan.
That is so great. So I'm sure during your stay you have visited a lot of tourist spots in Pakistan as well. So if I ask you which one is your favorite, can you just tell me few?
Yes, I think Pakistan is blessed with many beautiful places that worth visiting, and even when I sent pictures, for instance, one time I traveled to Natia Gali, which is very beautiful with the
Yes.
snow peak as the background, and small snows in Nuri. They don't believe that it is in Pakistan. So that's the closest area in Pakistan which I enjoy very much during the weekend, because it is not too far from
Yes.
from
Islamabad,
Islamabad.
yes.
So, but a part of this, I think, is the important element which I like very much, because Pakistan is you are blessed not only with a beautiful scenic photographic environment, but also a lot of a cultural heritage that's also
Yes.
very worth visiting.
Yes, thank you so
Like
much.
Taxila, for instance, Gandhara civilization.
Yes.
That's the new. I think that's a new area whereby Pakistans can push religious tourism to to the country.
Yes, that is really an important point you have raised, because we always talk about religious tourism. We have Buddha monasteries as well as Taxila, and even in Lahore we have beautiful mandirs. So how do you think that we can improve tourism if we make these tourist spots more open to people?
Yeah, one thing at least the building the infrastructures, because hard infrastructure is very important. And I think today the discussions in the university, Punjab University, clearly reflections of how determinations in the think tank community, the university, to help the Pakistani government in trying to prioritizing the area to improve the infrastructures. And the other elements also, you have to incorporate the activities into calendars of tourist calendars.
Right.
And I think I believe, because Pakistan is very rich in culture, you
Yes.
can identify the area, which area, and then which unique tradition you have on those particular area. Then put it on the calendars of event. Now that's the second. The third element, which is I believe important also, bring the IT people from Pakistan. You have, I think
Yes.
you have a talented IT, people in Pakistan. Why not inviting them to make it live Taxila, through 3D, make it
Yes.
live Gandhara civilizations through 3D. So
Yes.
inviting them to, you can, build the immersive museums, for instance. So by inviting, people to see the imaginary descriptions of the particular areas
Yeah.
of the Pakistan, so people can relate what would the importance of Pakistan during that day, because these Gandhara civilizations, I think that should become one of the major attractions, iconic thing for Pakistan. To draw more tourists from all over the
You're
world.
absolutely right, and I'm sure we must take this tip from you, and but trust me, your country is also really, really beautiful. It has amazing islands of Bali, and Monkey Forest, Gili Island. So if I ask you to pick out one place from your country and tell Pakistani tourists to go and visit there, which would be that place?
In Pakistan, especially, during my interactions, people know Indonesia only from Bali.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate, because Indonesia is more than Bali. That that's worth visiting. Many places, you name it. If you want to dive, there is places like Manado. It's just nice, for those who like diving. For those who like racings and to see the old heritage, you can go to Yogyakarta, or even Labuan Bajo, whereby you can see the historic living creatures like dinosaurs times, the big Komodo dragon, which is live in Lombok, and Lombok's also very is very important because it is very close to Bali. It's actually less than an hours by plane. So once you travel to Bali, go to explore Lombok, go back to Yogyakarta also before you travel to different part of Indonesia. That was my suggestion.
That's great. That is a great suggestion. I'm sure all the Pakistani tourists who's been watching you, they would plan it accordingly now. So let's talk about food, because food is something which actually make people closer to each other. So if I ask you, what is your favorite Pakistani food, what would you say?
This is very interesting. You ask very interesting questions, because probably few people know in Pakistan that we share a lot in common, not only in the cultures but also in the cuisines.
Right.
So even Indonesia, I keep telling the Pakistani friends, because Pakistan is like Indonesia. Wherever you travel abroad, you want to find a restaurant that can serve local cuisine. So in Indonesia, you don't need to worry, because you can easily find thousands of Pakistani cuisines.
Really?
Yeah. From Indonesian biryani, we have biryani type of
biryani is the top thing.
We have pasandais, what we call it rendang. Rendang, by the way, is the best food according to the CNN food in the last 2 years, 2017, 2018, and even pakora. I know during the iftar, pakora is one of the mandatory.
Pakoras, yes.
Iftar is not complete without pakora. Even you can easily find Indonesian versions of pakora. We call it bakwan.
Wow, that is so amazing. So we have similar cuisine, and I'm sure nobody would have any problem when it comes to food. So what is your favorite food?
Oh, okay. My favorite food is chicken tikka.
Chicken tikka.
Chicken tikka and kofta. Kofta is also one thing that
That is great. So if we invite you to our office, I'm sure we should make some chicken tikka and kofta.
Yeah. And since you're talking about the cultural similarities, this is something that we are trying to project. We just published a book last year, which generate a positive response in trying to picture the similarities in terms of the cultures. And now we are also planning to organize like a cultural exhibition this month in
really
Lokvirsa, trying once again to portray the cultural similarities between our two countries.
That is very nice, and I think tourism is the key to promote maybe cultural exchange programs and all such things. So what do you think? Discover Pakistan is trying to initiate a program which basically focused on tourism exchange. How do you see such programs can help the tourism of both countries to grow, and what would you like to go into such initiatives with us?
Yeah, I think one of the very important initiative, invite more journalists to come to Pakistan. Now not only journalists but also bloggers. Because bloggers, they have thousands, probably millions followers.
Yes.
That's very effective to, sell, to marketing.
To market the country.
To market the country. So invite the bloggers, from different part of the world, come to Pakistan to explore Pakistan. I learned that there are some, a blogger who explore Pakistan using, motorbike. The ladies, even the ladies. And it's very interestingly, one of the ladies then married with Pakistani, that was in the story.
Yes.
So that's very interesting, invite more bloggers to come explore Pakistan, then, they will instantly, by broadcasting this, they will know, people all over the world will know the hidden gems of tourism in Pakistan. This is what we've done. We invite bloggers, we invite journalists to come to Indonesia. We have like a program, we call it familiarization trips. whereby the government support this. We invite them to visit some of the important tourist destinations. We arrange the programs to for the journalists to know what unique characteristics of this particular.
That is a great idea, and I'm sure we should also focus on this thing, and Discover Pakistan is actually trying to do so. There's no other tourism channel like Discover Pakistan. Now let's talk about a little bit of business, because you are here for Road and Belt Initiative. So how do you say such initiatives can help all the countries of the region grow together?
Well, threat connectivity is a must. Now we are living in a global village, meaning that we have to have closer, interactions between countries, and trade is one of the essential elements. With the CPEC, with BRI actually is one of the very important initiative, which Indonesia is also very supportive of that. Not only Indonesia, because all the ASEAN member countries also are part of the BRI project. At least there are 53 projects now financed by the BRI. They are focusing on three different important areas. First, improving the infrastructures.
Right.
Once again, infrastructures
is really important.
Hard infrastructures like a road and port, because in the end, if you have a good infrastructures that people can easily trade, people can easily travel, and if they can easily travels, then certainly it will bring benefit for the people, for the countries, for both countries, and also increasing people to people relationship, because people then easily to move across the country. So that's one thing. The second, which is also very, very important, the BRI project and ASEAN also focusing on the power energy sector. So this is also very important, especially nowadays, whereby we see the global situations today, and I think the energy sectors become more imperative for us to have a priority.
Yes,
so that's the area whereby we see is very important. And the second, which is also very important, you have to have more FTA, to get benefit of the trade. So this is one thing that Indonesia is also in making trade liberalizations. We also explore the potentials of having the FTA, free trade arrangement agreements with different countries around the globe.
And what if I ask you that what are the biggest exports you think exports and imports both Pakistan and Indonesia can do together to improve obviously the socio-economic condition as well as tourism?
Yeah, one of the important elements is to find a complementarity, because being in developing countries, usually we produce the same a product, meaning that we compete in one or two markets, like for one products. But for instance, in the garment industry, Pakistan is very well known for the garment industry. If you want to find a best garment industry, go to Pakistan.
Go to Pakistan, yes.
But the raw materials may come from Indonesia, because Indonesia is the biggest producers of the viscose, polyester.
Yes,
those are polyester material for making a garment. So why not we are, joining hands, working together in exploring a new potential market of the garments by, once again, importing from Indonesia raw materials, and it works together, with the GV, expand the market.
So, what are your suggestions? How easily we can, come together to, to create new business opportunities, like you have said?
Yeah, I think. One of the important areas by having PTA, FTA, and thanks God we already have a PTA, and you see the bilateral relations increasing quite significantly after we concluded the PTA in 2013, and now we are about to expand it further, and now the two countries are working together in expanding. So hopefully with that, we would be able once again to strengthen the bilateral relations.
Yes, I'm sure, and thank you so much. We have very limited time. So one last question: how can we collaborate in tourism?
Well, thank you very much. I love Discover Pakistan channel. This is one of my favorite channels, because with that, although I still don't have enough time to explore Pakistan, but at least I can look at the potentials of Pakistan. So I'm more than happy to work together with Discovery Channel in trying to explore the collaborations, potential collaborations with the TV channels from Indonesia. So with that, then we can share best practices.
Yes, why not?
And hopefully with that, then there are more and more people will come to Pakistan, and more and more people, Pakistani people, come to Indonesia.
Thank you so much. We have His Excellency Mr. Adam Tugio with us, and he shares his insights specifically in tourism, that how we, Pakistan and Indonesia, can collaborate together to improve tourism and our bilateral ties. We have a lot of common in culture and the beauty, so we can come together and we can talk a lot about tourism. Thank you so much. This is your host Amber Qureshi. Keep watching Discover Pakistan.